Okay, guys, welcome to another night of Grubb Cast. Somebody give me a thumbs up if everything's working all right. Looks like it is, but I would just want to make sure, or throw me a comment in the comments just so I know that everything's working all right. Don't tell me we're going to start having this same problem as last week because I can see it in my phones are seeing the comments coming on my phone, but I can't see it on my screen. Okay, yeah, they're popping up now. Okay. Thanks, Jackson. Thanks, Misty. We'll go ahead and get started here. Um, Tonight, we're going to be giving away two things again, thanks to Hook and Donkeys. We're giving away the Ultimate Techniques video and the Midnight Madness 7.5-inch ribbon tail worm. Midnight Madness. I'll pull one out here. It's got like a light blue and a dark blue. Midnight Madness. So that's the giveaway tonight for the trivia question. Got a good trivia question. I reached out to Mike Hook and Donkeys, and he came up with a really good question tonight. So we'll do that here in just a little bit. Let's get the sponsors out of the way. Fish sticks, rods, guys. Like I said, I feel that I'm not getting enough of them sold. So anybody wanting to buy some, get a hold of me. We might make out some kind of deal. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Garrett. There's my Pringles boy on there. But yeah, if somebody's looking to buy a fish sticks rods, get a hold of me. I'd like to get some sold, so get a hold of me. We'll do some dealing. Hook and Donkeys. Hey, Troy. He's from up north. I figure he'd be on the water somewhere or in a helicopter. But yeah, Hook and Donkeys baits, plastic baits. Sanborn Builders. If you need something painted or built, Ace Hardware down on Richland Avenue. Hobbs Roofing up in Canton, Ohio. Pizza Stop out here in Albany, get you something to eat. And Southern Ohio Sanitation. And Williams and Son Construction. I'm rocking his shirt. He gave me a couple shirts the other day. Ron's really, really supportive of our club and me. And so I really appreciate everything he does. If you should run into him and stuff, he's so busy he can't really do much work for people, but that means he must be pretty good if he's busy. If you got to wait on somebody, that means they're busy. Jonathan Campbell. I'm going to give you that this weekend. We're going to spend the weekend together and we're going to have fun on the big lake. I checked the weather out. Looks like we might be even to go out and chase some brownfish, John. Weather looks like it ain't going to be real windy, so we may go out and chase some brownies. Let's go ahead and get the tournaments from last week out of the way. Monday night, last call was at the Hawking River. And Brian Rose and Jeff Gramhan got first place with 3.43. Hey, Carol. Second place went to Sean Six and Adam Huff with 3.21. There was a three-way tie. He didn't have the names on the site, but he said there was a three-way tie for Big Bass at 1.41. And that was on the Hawking River down at Coolville last Monday night. Tuesday night at Burr Oak, first place was Kim and Jack with 7.60. Second place was Bob and Ed with 7.57, and they had Big Bass for 3.72. And third place was Neil Dickerson with 6.76. So they're still looks like they're still doing a little bit of eating up the Burr Oak. Wednesday night, we didn't have many people there, and Gary Barnhouse and John Butcher won it with 2.31, and me and Josh Guthrie got second with 2.15. So, but we did, like I said, we didn't have many boats. So, guys, get out there to Snowden and let's have some fun. We ain't gonna be long if they keep dropping the water the way they are. We ain't gonna get to fish it anyhow. So, better get out there and fish it now while you can enjoy it. Saturday, Run and Gun had a tournament up to Dillon Lake. Yeah, John, I've got that info right here. George sent me all the information. So I'll read that here in a minute. But Saturday, we was at Dillon. First place went to Allen and Kenny Folks with 12.33. That's a sack of fish for Dillon. And you know what? I didn't look at that. And let me check here real quick, guys. They had big bass too. And I do believe it was 485 was big bass, and Kenny and Allen had it. So they had a really, really good sack of fish. Second place went to Mike Swearinger and George Carr with 7.41. Hey, Steve. Third place went to Hammer and Fisher, not the Matt Fisher, another Fisher. 7.32. And fourth place went to Hoffman and Good with 6.84. Them last three places there was about a normal Dillon Lake tournament. But I will tell you this too, guys. Out of the top four guys there that I just named, three of them either had a John boat or a jet boat and went up in the river. The fish was up in the river. They went down. Me and Josh had three fish for 4.88 and got fifth place. But that didn't do us no good. I mean, it did good in points. We jumped way up in points, but it didn't do no good for money in our pocket. We was the first loser, but we still had good points. And then Sunday at Burr Oak, first place went to George Carr with 9.42. Second place went to Tim and Kirk with 7.71. And they had big bass at the tournament at 4.40. And then Bob and Kim had third place with 5.72. So pretty good tournaments this week. Some good weights. I'm still amazed at 12.33 at Dillon. That's a good bag of fish. So, wow, guys, we got a bunch of people on here tonight watching. Appreciate it. We had our kids fishing derby at Lake Snowden this Saturday. That's what we do our Wednesday nights for on Lake Snowden. We take $25 out of our tournament to pay for our kids event at Lake Snowden each year. And this Sunday we had it at Snowden. We had 96 kids show up to fish. That's the most kids we've had yet. And I like to keep it around 70 because it's a little bit more doable. But we pulled it off. Everybody left, I do believe, happy. There's old Kirby Stanford. I appreciate that, Kirby. He says he's not part of the fishing group, but he sure does enjoy watching the podcast. I appreciate that, Kirby. I appreciate you watching it. But yeah, our kids event. We fed them hot dogs. I want to thank John says, Carol says John and Roger Mullins won first and Big Bass Saturday Saturday at Logan with 10-pound plus. So that was Saturday tournament at Logan with John Butcher and Roger Mullins. They won first place in Big Bass up there. If I get the information, Carol, I'll put it out there. Nobody from Saturday sends me the information. So if they'll send me the information, I'll put it out here. But yeah, back to the kids thing. Larry's Doghouse donated the hot dogs. Bircher. I butcher that. It's Bircher. But the kids thing, it's a fun thing, but it's a lot of work. But it's enjoyable to see all them kids and and the people would help us out to do it. The people come on Wednesday night fishing tournaments. They make it happen. There's old Ronnie Williams. You like that shirt, Ronnie? I figured you'd be on the water fishing. There's Dean Barnhart too. I got a bunch of people on here tonight, guys. But the kids event, it went off real well. And C&J Pepsi, they give us all the drinks. So it's that's even more reason to be fishing, Ronnie, if it's your birthday. Happy birthday again. Everybody tell Ronnie Williams happy birthday. But I look forward to the kids thing, but I look forward for it to be over too, because there's a lot of stuff we have to do to make it go off good, and it's good. Hey, Ed. So, but yeah, guys, and don't forget, I do believe Steve Calder told me. Steve, comment on here if you would. I believe he said there was 46 co-anglers and 80 boaters for the state championship. And once again, that's one of the biggest turnouts that we've had, coming up here. We'll be working on the pairings this Thursday. Me and Steve, I got to go up there to his place and we'll work on the pairings, get the pairings done, and they'll be out a few days after that. We'll put them on Facebook and share them out as soon as we get them all straightened out. There's George Carr too. I seen that, George. I actually asked Mike. I couldn't read your writing. Your writing's like mine. But looks like there's going to be about 80 boats and 46 co-anglers at the state championship in 2 weeks. So that's going to be a really good turnout. I don't know the exact numbers of how many we're going to be sending. Steve, you're on here. If you could comment, if you know how many numbers we'll be sending or the percentage, if you've got that figured up yet, of what we'll be sending out of the state championship to the semi-nationals. But this is one of our biggest ones in a long time for a state championship. And I knew it would be. And I think next year, because next year our Region 6 tournament's going to be at Rocky Fork, and that will get a big turnout there. We'll have a bunch of boats in that tournament. But yeah, looking forward to the state championship in 2 weeks. I'm going up this weekend. Me and John Campbell's going up and check out some things, and like I said, go out and chase some brownfish. See what we can do with try to find some brownfish, and I know where the largemouth is, but I got a couple other spots I want to check out too. I've got 3 good spots up there, but I know there's a couple more. Actually, I've got 3 good spots that a lot of people don't fish. And then I know of about 6 good community holes, but I don't like going to them community holes. I like to be in places where I'm out by myself. So me and Campbell's going to run around and do some exploring and stuff, and try to find some more largemouth and even try to find some smallmouth. But me and smallmouth don't get along. If you see me weigh 5 smallmouth in next weekend, it's because the good Lord above watched over me. Smallmouth and me do not get along. Uh, but yeah, I'm looking forward to next weekend going up and doing that. Uh, and then I'm back up there the following weekend for the BFL. I think I'm going to be. I know I've already got a place lined up to leave my boat from this week to next week up there at a buddy's house, and I may end up doing it the week after that too. Just leave it there for 3 weeks. That way I don't have to pull it back and forth. So I have to get Josh to bring his boat on Wednesday nights, because my boat will be up north. And on my intro there, I had the little video of it out on the water. If I'm pretty sure that it's going to be for sale this fall. I'm 90% sure my boat will be for sale this fall. So anybody looking for a boat, get a hold of me in the fall here, and we'll do some talking. I'm going to let it go pretty right. Things should be good enough that I'm good enough shape that I can let it go right and get somebody get them a nice boat, and then I'm going to order a brand new one or buy a leftover from last year. It's going to have a 4-stroke on it. That's if the good Lord above keeps rolling the way He is with me. That's what our plans are. But we'll, things can change. They always do. But trying to think. The last call there at Fox Lake tonight. So, yeah, I know what's wrong with my motor, Rusty. It's the fuel thing. It'll be fixed. Yeah, it's running great. It's running top speed right now. You just don't want to take off at the beginning, but it's running great. If it had a 4-stroke on it, I'd keep the boat, but I can't see putting a 4-stroke on that boat. Well, guys, let's see what we can do here. Had something else here I was going to talk about. Yeah, the hook and donkey baits, guys. I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing me talk about it, but I mean, he gives me baits every week to give away, and they catch fish. They catch fish. I mean, if you look at him and well, I'll just tell you right now. He's sitting in 4th place right now. Oh, he's sitting in 4th place right now in the run and gun. So evidently that shows gets the hook and donkey baits work. Me and Josh, we come up. Oh, actually, I didn't realize we're tied. We're tied for 8th place. So we come up from like 13th or 14th place to 8th place last tournament. So that was a pretty good jump for us. Ronnie, I do not, but I think George is on here and he might be able to put it in the comments. George, Ronnie Williams is wanting to know the schedule for the Sunday series. So, George, if you could put in the comments here the schedule for the Sunday series. Travis 6, they do catch fish. Yeah, you need to get over and get some baits. He's come up with a new one. Ronnie George says he had it, but he has to revise it. Carol, I don't know. I'm seeing the comments. But Travis, he's come out. He's got a new mold that's 3-inch brush hog. Actually, I got to get over and I want to pick up a couple before I go up there this weekend. I think he said he had some green pumpkin made up. I'd like to go over and pick a couple up. Hey, Tracy. No, I didn't see yours earlier. Sorry about that. There's Vicky Rhodes too. Vicky says she's seeing the comments. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes the comments come up on mine and sometimes they don't. Oh, okay. There it says. She says hi, Tracy, or hi, Tony. So, Tracy, I appreciate you being on here watching it. She's all the way in Maryland. Dean says he can see him. Carol's still having trouble seeing the comments. I'm dry tonight. I think I got a little heat exhaustion yesterday at the kids thing. I was dizzy and come home and ended up having to take a little nap. I don't know if the heat got to me or what it was, but Tony Walls. Tony, I'm not sure. You'd have to get with me. I'll ask him and find out. He might be on here watching. Mike, if you're on here, Tony Wall wants to know how much the 3-inch brush hogs are. I'm telling you right now. Thanks, Dean. Old age, not heat. That might have been it too. But I haven't got to use them yet, Tony, but they look sharp. They look real sharp. John Welch should be getting his. I finally got him in the mail today. Him and Dean's baits. I've been running behind and I couldn't get to the post office, but I got there this morning, guys, and got your stuff in the mail. So you should have them within the next couple days. Well, yeah, Carol, that's what Tracy told me. He said, make sure you drink a bunch of water. And I drank probably 4 bottles of water yesterday while I was there. But I didn't eat nothing all day. That may not have helped me either. So I'm bad about that when I get into tournaments and doing stuff. I forget to eat. Now, it don't show here that I forget to eat, but I do. Well, guys, let's go ahead. We're at 24 minutes, and I've got pot pies in the oven that I do not want to burn. So let's get this trivia question. Okay. This is a good one too, guys. But now listen to the question, because a lot of you will make a mistake on the question. Okay, the question is, what is the exact date Ohio's largest largemouth bass was caught, and what was the length and weight of that largemouth bass? So, yeah, what is the exact date Ohio's largest largemouth bass was caught, and what was the length and weight of the largemouth bass? So it's 3 answers. Now that's the largest largemouth bass caught in Ohio. I'll read it again. What is the exact date Ohio's largest largemouth bass was caught, and what was the length and weight? Uh, Tony Walls, the brush hogs are 8 for $4. Oh, George said 3-inch brush hogs too. Travis 6. 20. Nope, Travis. You got it close, but it ain't right. Wait a minute. Yeah, you. Let me look at my phone. I got too much good stuff going on here. No, Travis got it. He was the first one to post it. You guys all have been right there, but Travis got it. May 26th, 1976. 25 and 1/16 inch and 13. And that still is the record. As of today, that's still the record for Ohio uh, bass. Yeah, Billy, well. You're going to get to use the baits too. I've got two. I got to get out there, Travis. I'll bring all three of them to you, bud. I got 2 bags I've been bringing with me to Lake Snowden, thinking you're going to show up there, but I'll bring them out and drop them off to you. But Travis got it, and Travis, you can. Hey, my well, Mink or Holler, but I'm trying to think. Bobby Jones. Uh, Travis, you can let Billy Gould have his so he can watch it and learn how to catch fish. Trying to get there on Wednesdays, just working. I tell you what, that work's overrated, guys. Uh, Last week was rough on me. I had 2 doubles. But I worked. Actually, I worked almost 3 doubles last week. So, uh, but this week I'm going to kick out Friday and go up to the lake and spend the weekend in a tent, getting back in my happy place. That's pretty sad when you say your happy place is a tent in a campground somewhere, but it is. I love it. I love to be camping and fishing. Yeah, I know, Tracy. Thank you. I'm gonna burn my dinner, ain't I? She said, "Don't forget about your pot pies." I think they had 30 some minutes. So, but guys, I appreciate all who's been on here. Wow, man, I have had a bunch of people tonight watching. Must be sitting inside in the air conditioning out of the heat. Uh, Decided to tune in and watch me. I appreciate everybody. You know, and the guys on the bottom of my screen, all these guys that help me out. You know, when you're in there at one of their places, just tell them seen it on here. Same with the rods, guys. Anybody wants a fish sticks rod, get a hold of me. Let's sell some fish sticks rods this month. Let's make a goal on August or July and August to sell some fish sticks rods. Dale and Wendy probably need some business. He'll probably shoot me for that because I'd say they're probably buried up, but we can bury them up even more. Once you get one, you will not regret it. I'm telling you. So, okay, guys. Well, I'm going to go up and eat, get my dinner. I appreciate everybody being on here, and I will see you guys next week. And let everybody know. Might get my yearly one early. We'll talk about this weekend, John. I got a plan for you. Uh, but we'll talk about this weekend, and we'll hook it up. Thanks, Troy. I appreciate it. I need to, yeah. do another thing with the gamma line. I just got 2 spools, and maybe I can get some videos this weekend with the gamma line on Lake Erie with 6-pound test. I love it. So, okay, guys, I appreciate it. And until next week, I'll see you later.